Well, I trust I haven't kept you waiting too long here in the attic. Why are you up here in my attic? This attic is above my house. What are you doing here? Well, I can only think of a couple of reasons you might have come. One is either because you wanted to borrow some ammonium hydroxide or possibly some silver nitrate. By the way, they're both right here if you need them. Okay, I'm going to leave them right here if you need them. And you're welcome to them because we have plenty down in the lab. Or the other reason is maybe that you wanted to talk about masks. Oh, okay, masks. So that was it. You know, I just found a really great one up here amongst the chemicals from 1996 by the wonderful sculptor John Smith. Remind me to tell you my favorite John Smith joke sometime. But not right now, because now we have this beauteous creation from John Smith, Medusa. And I probably didn't need to really tell you that this was called Medusa. You probably would have figured that out on your own, but hey, it's Medusa. And luckily for you, the magic in her eyes doesn't transfer through video equipment, so you'll be okay, and you won't turn to stone from watching this video. So I guess I should have had like a disclaimer at the beginning about that. But anyway, Medusa, sculpted by the great John Smith. Now, if you've heard me mention John before, he has sculpted a lot of the best Death Studios toy boat. He has sculpted a lot of the best Death Studios collector edition masks over the years. I'm a big fan of his work. And in 1996, he sculpted this one at the behest of a collector who wanted, a collector and mask dealer, I should say, mask dealer who felt it was high time somebody did a really good job on a Medusa. Now, as you can probably tell, this is based on the 1981 movie Clash of the Titans. Directly based on it. It's actually supposed to be that Medusa. Now, Donpo Studios also had a Medusa mask in production around that time in the early 80s, but theirs was not licensed to the movie. Theirs was just an original version of what a Medusa might look like. And don't tell anybody I said this, but I never cared for the Don Post one. No, it doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't look right to me. It doesn't look cool to me. It looks like she's going, ha. It just doesn't look scary. This one, however, has, I think, more personality and character. Now, this is very rare. I believe fewer than 10 of these were ever made. And, well, if you can see how the snakes are done, you can imagine how hard it would be, maybe, to get that out of a mold. Wow, snakes alive. Look at that. For goodness snakes. Can you imagine pulling this out of a mold? And these are not you know, glued on separately. This is a one-piece casting, which is kind of amazing because, for one thing, John Smith made the mold rather than having it made at Zagoni, who normally would be the only people I would think would be crazy enough to make something that's this hard to get out of a mold and cast it all in one piece like this. But personally, I thought they should have John should have also done a super deluxe edition and maybe put in some gaps, sort of like sockets here and there, so that an extra snake could be you know, glued on afterwards, and give her some that kind of stick out more away from her head out into the air. But it was decided to do it this way. Again, John was doing this for a mask dealer and collector who wanted it for himself, so it wasn't, you know, it wasn't really his personal pet project, and it also wasn't made to be going into production to be mass produced or anything either. So it was just a little project for well, those of us who were lucky enough to be in the right place at the right time to be able to get one. I've had mine since well, 1996, and it's great. It's very nicely sculpted. You know, everything John Smith does, the textures and the character and the anatomy of it are just so impressive. Everything John Smith does, he's just so talented that you know, why doesn't he have his own television program? I don't know, because he's talented enough. Maybe he's too talented to have a television program. But anyway, why don't I have? Wait, maybe I do. Well, anyway, very, very nice piece, and once again, obviously based on the 1981 movie Clash of the Titans, in which Medusa was achieved through means of a stop-motion animated puppet created by the legendary Ray Harryhausen, not the 2010 movie Clash of the Titans, which the Medusa in that was pretty disappointing, I'd have to say. She basically looked like a really pretty girl, and then eventually she gets around to turning into a cartoon, ugly, scary version of herself. But no, this is the cool one. This is the 1981 Medusa, is the happening Medusa, hipsters. So I don't know where you'd be likely to find one of these days, because there are so few of them in the known universe. But I don't know, maybe the mold is still out there somewhere, or maybe somebody is right now on eBay just itching to sell his copy to you. I don't know. But in the meantime, another wonderful mask from John Smith, and a great part of mask history. And I'll see you later, because I'm going to take my silver nitrate and head back down to the lab.